Welcome to the 7th episode of the Brock at the Buzzer podcast. I'm your host, Brock Kowalski, and we've got a lot to get into in today's episode. But before we get started, I just want to remind you to find all of my social media links in the Linktree link down below. And also like the video, share the video, and subscribe. As you can see, I'm dealing with a little bit of a cold of some sort. I'm pretty certain it is not COVID related, but bear with me here. First, let's talk about the Cavs' win last night over the Los Angeles Clippers. Cavs get a massive OT win over Clippers. Monday night at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, the Cavs started a very important 5-game homestand against the shorthanded but very game Clippers, and led by Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, and Isaac Okoro, the Cavs were able to pull away from LA in OT to win 120-111. First, the stats for the victorious Cleveland Cavaliers. Evan Mobley had a career-high 30 points and 6 rebounds. Darius Garland records yet another double-double, 24 points and 13 assists. Isaac Okoro has a phenomenal game. He had 20 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. Lauri Markkanen made some very clutch shots late. He had 17 points and 9 rebounds. Kevin Love was a big contributor once again off the bench for the Cavs. He had 13 points and 9 rebounds. And the returning Caris LeVert played some key minutes down the stretch. He had 11 points and 7 rebounds. And for the unfortunate Los Angeles Clippers, Ivica Zubac led the way for the Clippers with 24 points and 14 rebounds. Amir Coffey had 19 points and 3 rebounds. Terrence Mann had a double-double, 18 points and 10 rebounds. Luke Kennard had 14 points and 4 assists. Rookie Brennan Boston Jr. off the Clipper bench had 11 points and 3 assists. And Isaiah Hartenstein, also off the Cavs bench, had 10 points and 6 rebounds. Their next game is Wednesday against the Philadelphia 76ers at The Rock. I'm talking about the Cavaliers, obviously, at 7 p.m. Eastern on Bally Sports Ohio and NBA League Pass. What went right for the Cavs? Well, a lot went right in my mind last night for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Mobley proving that he is a superstar. The NBA Rookie of the Year proves once again that he can do it all. Mobley came up with baskets when the Cavs needed them. Came up with defensive stops when the Cavs needed them, which is a sign that the Cavs found an NBA superstar in this past draft. With the return of Caris LeVert, the offense looks smooth again. Monday, Caris LeVert proved just how important to this team he is as the Cavs go down the stretch. Even though 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists does not pop off the book at you, LeVert played tremendous defense down the stretch, which resulted in him having a plus-minus of plus 14. And finally, Isaac Okoro stepping up. Cavs guard Isaac Okoro stepped up in a major way last night, having 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. And playing the outstanding defense he does night in and night out. Why did he play so well last night? Well, the answer is quite simple. Because he was extremely aggressive, going a staggering 11 for 11 for 13 from the free throw line. And that's exactly what the Cavs need going forward, and J.B. Bickerstaff said so post-game. He said, quote, Isaac being aggressive is the best version of himself, end quote. Overall, this game was a must-win for the Cleveland Cavaliers, especially losing this past weekend to the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls, because the Raptors are winning quite frequently right now. So the Cavs need to keep winning in order to keep their playoff position. Once again, their next game is Wednesday against the Philadelphia 76ers. You can catch that game on Bally Sports Ohio and NBA League Pass. Now on to the Buffalo Bills. Bills making minor moves to make a splash. Monday, the NFL's quote-unquote tampering period has begun, and the Bills have made minor moves, which include cap-friendly friendly deals, to land a big fish. Because everyone within the organization knows the pressure for a Super Bowl championship is on. Deals so far. Offensive lineman Mitch Morse re-signed with Buffalo on a 2-year, $19.5 million package. Running back J.D. McKissick signed this afternoon. According to Adam Schefter, the Bills have yet to make that deal official. He has agreed to a 2-year, $7 million deal. Wide receiver Isaiah McKenzie also re-signed with the team on a 2-year, $3.6 million package, and Roger Stanford, the former Tennessee Titan offensive lineman, has agreed on a 1-year deal. And here is my opinion on those moves so far by the Bills front office. I think all of these moves add depth to our roster that is already loaded with talent on both sides of the football. And as Bills fans know, GM Brandon Beane is a master at managing cap space, and he is doing it once again thus far. The big names, or the big fish, or the splash to watch for: Chandler Jones and Jarvis Landry, which have been both linked to the Bills here in recent days. Both additions would be outstanding for this football team. And a team I've yet to discuss on this podcast, the Buffalo Sabres. So I thought, hey, it's time to show the Sabres some love. After picking up 3 of their biggest wins of the season, 2 against the division rival Maple Leafs, and the Las Vegas Golden Knights against former captain Jack Eichel, the future is really starting to look bright in Buffalo again. Why? With the addition of true leader Alex Tuch, a guy who can lead this team on and off the ice, deserves the honor of becoming the next captain of the Buffalo Sabres. Now let's talk about Peyton Krebs. Krebs is inserting himself not only as a potential top winger in the NHL, but also a very key contributor to the Buffalo Sabres moving forward. Krebs was also acquired in the Eichel trade earlier this season. He has gotten healthy and is playing absolutely great with his scoring. Filthy hands. Yes, I said the word filthy. They are. Look up his highlights. He is exactly what the Sabres needed moving forward in that Eichel deal. Because out of that Eichel deal, you got a true leader who is from the Western New York area, and Alex Tuck. And then you have a goal-scoring winger, something the Buffalo Sabres have really lacked over the last several seasons. And since Krebs has gotten healthy, he has proven to be just that. And also, to put the icing on the cake, the Buffalo Sabres also received a first-round pick in that trade for their former captain, Jack Eichel. Then add guys like oh my god, I can't say his name right now. Jeff Skinner, pardon me, Tage Thompson, and other guys like Rasmus Dahlin, Matthias Samuelsson, Owen Power, JJ Peterka, and Jack Quinn. The future really looks good in Buffalo. And for my final topic of this episode, as promised, my NBA awards. In my opinion, the top 3 candidates, there is 5 across the league. I will name them all for you as we move forward, but my final 3, because yes, in the NBA awards, there has to be only 3, but to start off, let's name the other 2 that just missed making this cut in my mind. DeMar DeRozan of the Chicago Bulls, who has had a phenomenal season, as the Chicago Bulls have had a phenomenal one themselves, currently, I believe, second in the Eastern Conference. And also, Ja Morant. He's had an incredible season, and he has led the Memphis Grizzlies to the second place position in the Western Conference. More about him in just a little bit. But your final 3, when it comes to the NBA Kia Most Valuable Player Award, is from the Philadelphia 76ers, Joel Embiid. From the Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic. And from the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And the winner of this award, in my opinion, will be Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Why? Simply put, Embiid has been an absolute monster all season long, dominating the NBA as a whole. He currently leads the team in scoring the league in scoring with, I believe, a scoring average of 29.8 points a night. Now on to the Defensive Player of the Year. There are only really 3 nominees in my mind for this award. From the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. From the Utah Jazz, and defending Defensive Player of the Year award winner, Rudy Gobert. And from the Phoenix Suns, Mikal Bridges. And my answer, or my winner of this award, may shock you all, but in my opinion, the winner of this award should be Mikal Bridges of the Phoenix Suns. Why? Bridges is the key to the Phoenix Suns defense. A lot of people say that it's DeAndre Ayton, but I disagree, because Bridges can guard anyone 1 through 4. That means he can guard point guards, shooting guards, small forwards, and maybe even a power forward in today's smaller NBA. And don't forget, he is in fact on the best team in the National Basketball Association. The NBA Rookie of the Year. In my opinion, the 3 finalists are from the Cleveland Cavaliers, Evan Mobley. From the Toronto Raptors, Scotty Barnes. And from the Detroit Pistons, Cade Cunningham. And the winner, in my opinion, is from the Cleveland Cavaliers, Evan Mobley. Why? Because Mobley makes a difference on both ends of the floor. And he has been one of the leaders of the Cavs' rebirth this season. The NBA's sixth man of the year. The nominees, I think, should be and will be for the Miami Heat, Tyler Hero, from the Cleveland Cavaliers, Kevin Love, and from the Charlotte Hornets, Kelly Oubre Jr. And your obvious winner this season is from the Miami Heat, Tyler Hero. Why? Because when Hero enters, he changes the game right away and has helped lead the Heat's rise to the East's top seed, averaging 20.9 points per game off the bench. The Coach of the Year award. The nominees, I believe, will be from the Cleveland Cavaliers, J.B. Bickerstaff, from the Memphis Grizzlies, Taylor Jenkins, and from the Chicago Bulls, Billy Donovan. And I believe the winner will be Taylor Jenkins of the Memphis Grizzlies. Why? Jenkins has led the Memphis Grizzlies to a 47-22 record from being a play-in tournament team last season. And by the way, like I said earlier, that 47-22 record is second place in the Western Conference. And finally, the Most Improved Player Award. In my mind, there are four candidates for this award this year. From the Charlotte Hornets, Miles Bridges. From the Cleveland Cavaliers, Darius Garland. From the Memphis Grizzlies, Ja Morant. And from the San Antonio Spurs, DeJounte Murray. And the winner out of those four phenomenal players who have bright futures in this league, because P.S., they're all under 25 years old, is Ja Morant of the Memphis Grizzlies. Why? Put it simply, Morant has turned into an elite player, leading his team to second place in the Western Conference, like I just mentioned with their head coach, Taylor Jenkins. And I truly believe this, Ja Morant is quickly becoming a face of the National Basketball Association. And that'll do it for today's episode here on the Brock at the Buster podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Brock Kowalski. You can find all of my social media links down below. Like the video and share the video and subscribe. And don't forget, you can catch the Cleveland Cavaliers, the team that I cover on a regular basis, in action tomorrow night against the Philadelphia 76ers on NBA League Pass and Bally Sports Ohio. I'll see you all very, very soon.